So as you can tell by my eyes, this is gonna be a doozy. For not helping out. Am I the asshole for not being able to help pay my friends, other friends, Wi-Fi when I have the resources to do so? 16 female here. For context, my friend, 17 female, met a guy a month or so ago. And they became close friends and such. I'm gonna add that it's online and we can't physically reach him unless he's in another continent. Everything was fine until he unfortunately became homeless. Why is there so many red flags just already? From what I know, he's managing. My friend checks up daily on him through his Wi-Fi, though his Wi-Fi is about to end. And from what I know, he can't afford it, and he's not in a good mental state. Possibly depression? Okay. My brother has a PayPal account since he is an adult, which I use every time I get paid for clients. I'm an artist that does commissions. You go, girl, make that bank. You go, girl, make that bank. So mostly it's my money. My money's not the issue. She doesn't have an account, and neither can she use an adult account. So she asked if I could repurchase his Wi-Fi, which I have no problem with. She paid me back in cash. Money's not the issue. I don't really care about it. It feels like it is, but it isn't. You know what I mean? The issue is, since it's my brother's account, I had to ask him. Although she told me to transfer it discreetly without him knowing, but I didn't think it was a good idea. Another red flag. And he refused because he is paranoid from transferring to someone he doesn't know. It's a whole nother region, which I understand. I understand. I tried with him for some time, but at the end, he just told me to F off. I feel terrible because my friend seems desperate about it, and I can help, but I also can't. She keeps asking me about it, although I've stated I really can't help with it. Girl, you are not the asshole. 0 out of 5. 0 out of 5. You are not the asshole. Sounds like this person's an adult. If it sounds like they're living on their own, it is the adult's responsibility to take care of their own bills. It is not your or your friend's responsibility to do so. And just the whole thing sounds red flaggy all over the place. Am I the asshole for calling out my misogynistic brother? Well, this is already going to be a fun one. Since we were very little, my 32-year-old brother, I'm 30, would always bully me to the point where I would get very upset and angry. He would always do things that knew would irritate me to get a reaction from me and for me to get angry. Typical older brother behavior. This has been ongoing. A few years ago, he came to visit me to the city where I live, and it was obvious that our politics did not align. Do most families? And he would make belittling comments about me and my mother for us being leftists. He has been voting right-wing and has very right-wing views re-immigration, which is funny because he's also an immigrant. Woman and homelessness. Yeah, definitely misogynist. He quit university because he considered it a waste of time. For some people it is. For some people it's a great investment. It just matters on what's going on. And made fun of me for continuing on my studies. Again, it very much matters on the people. Very much so. I myself tried college. Did not go well for me. He does not educate himself generally, and has already mentioned his view of the world is always through a right-wing lens. In the past, I called him out for being sexist, and we had not spoken in years. Mind you, this is all in bold at this point. This Easter, I visit my mom in her hometown. She knew my brother would also be visiting, but hadn't said anything to me. When I asked her why, she said she thought about herself and she wanted to see us both. She was only thinking about herself and not her daughter's mentality. I mean, like, I can get where the mother is coming from. She wants her kids to be happy and healthy and get along and just be around her, especially during a holiday, because that's a time when you expect families to be together and such. Oh my gosh, my English. My brother has always been letting us down, and she has made it clear to me that she does not agree, or that she does agree that he holds misogynistic views and that he is a right-winger. And she has told me it is for the best for me to not have any contact with him because of how he had historically been treating me. By her not telling me that would be also visiting, I felt that she did not care to protect me. Despite this, I decided to be the bigger person. I cleaned my mother's house so it'd be clean for when he came to ours with his girlfriend. Spoke to him the days before, and wanted to genuinely have a nice time with them. About an hour into their visit, we were discussing about an iPhone feature. Stupid, I know. I asked him how to activate it, and instead of simply telling me, he began to belittle me, calling me a boomer. Mind you, I do a very technical job, and began to raise his voice. I told him that he should not be speaking to me in this way, to which he replied, I don't want to get into a fight with you. He has always been doing this, starting an argument, calling me names, and when called out on his behavior, he proceeds to call me crazy for starting a fight. He also turned to his girlfriend and said, "Do you see?" I responded that he started it and he should not be speaking to me in this way in front of his girlfriend, and turned to girlfriend and said, if he speaks to my mom and me this way, he will also treat her this way eventually. Definitely seems that way that he has a pattern of this. I left the room. As we were leaving the house, she came to say goodbye. I told her that he needs to address this and he needs to be better, to which she agreed. He got angry despite not hearing what we were talking about for talking ill of him to his girlfriend, and we both said we were discussing the exact opposite. I feel bad that it came to this, but I cannot let it slide. So, am I the asshole? What can I do moving forward? I agree with the fact I would say the brother. If he doesn't get help, he's a 5 out of 5. If he gets help, then he's like a 3 out of 5. I feel bad for the girlfriend, because it is what it is. But I would say the mom is a little bit like a 1 out of 5, because she knows the whole situation, but she doesn't do anything to fix it. Instead, she created a whole nother situation to make everything stockpile onto itself. So no, OP, you are not the asshole. Rest of your family, y'all need family therapy. He needs anger management. He needs education. But yeah, all right. If you guys like this, please let me know. Hit that like button and subscribe and stuff, and I'll see you guys around. Bye.